Hello and welcome everyone to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. You're watching Daily Immigration Dose that's coming live at 4 p.m. EST from Monday to Friday. I welcome you all and I'm so happy that you all have joined us. So make sure to watch this session till the end. And before moving ahead, before inviting to my favorite co-host and also delving into the topic, let me read out this very important disclaimer. That is, by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not a professional advice. So use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. All right, after this very important disclaimer, friends, once again, welcome back, everyone. We are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and on X as well. So let us know from which platform you friends are watching us. And you can also join this session. That is the best part of this session, that by dialing this number, that is 425-4366335, and the access code is 988888. You can dial this number and you can be a part of the session and you can talk whatsoever you want to feel like about the topic, about your journey, about whether you're immigrant or not. So feel free and go on, dial it. Meanwhile, also, I would like to welcome my co-host Nipasa Pradhan. So, Nipasa, I'm so happy that you're here. So, thank you so much for being a part of this. And how are you doing?
Thank you so much, Sam. It's always so awesome to be back here at Daily Immigration Doors, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday to Friday. And I always look forward for this session with you. So I'm happy to be here.
Me too, me too. And nowadays we are having so much in news, right? Every day it's about Trump and Trump. So we are really getting a lot of controversial topic, a very timely, a very hot topic. So it's becoming very interesting, to delve into those topics and also to understand everything. So it's like very interesting and it's very involving as well. What do you say about it?
Yes, in fact, it's very overwhelming because there's so many changes, and it's not like one or two changes in one day. It's like 50 new updates, or 60. You don't know where to choose from, what
True.
to read, and
Yeah.
there are always new updates. You can say in almost every 5 minutes. So it's
Mhm.
really overwhelming, and at the same time, we are trying to catch up, and I hope that folks out there are updated as well because we here at Immigration and Jobs Talk Show make it a point to bring you the latest updates, everything immigration related. So if you haven't as yet subscribed to us, do make it a point to go hit that bell icon because you're going to be notified whenever we have updates and even discussions like these where you can also take part. So,
Absolutely.
yes, it's amazing. And today, in fact, we are here to speak about the battle over birthright citizenship and what's next after Judge blocks Trump's executive order. And
Mhm.
this has been the latest update. We hear that birthright citizenship had been banned by Trump himself.
Yeah.
But there is an obstacle here in Trump's executive order. So let's see. We are here to discuss about it, and folks out there do participate and comment wherever you're watching. We are streaming live right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and on X. And feel free to join us.
Absolutely. All right. So I think, we already have spoken that what we are going to talk in today's session. And with that, friends, as we always start our session with the news update. So here's my very first news update that I would like to let our viewers know about it. And that's about Trump administration escalates immigration crackdown, targets sanctuary cities and officials. So, this again, a very important news update, and I would like to shed light on this as well. That President Trump is pushing harder for immigration laws to be followed, telling federal prosecutors to investigate local officials who do not cooperate with immigration enforcement. So this time we can see how much Trump is actually on his agendas, on his policies, and the one those who are not following it, they need to face a lot of problems in that. Also, the new rules target sanctuary cities like New York and Chicago, and that limit cooperation with immigration efforts. So, local and state officials could face charges if they interfere or if they do not cooperate with Trump's policies. Also, the Justice Department may challenge laws that make enforcement harder. So, this move is part of Trump's push to tighten immigration controls. and also to remove all the sanctuary cities, including New York and Chicago, which is the most popular sanctuary cities now. And the recent passing of a law in Congress also requires immigrants accused of theft to be detained, increasing pressure on cities that do not follow the federal rules. My next news would be US Houses pass Laken Riley Act as Trump tightens immigration laws. So, friends, this is the first law that has been signed by the President Donald Trump in his second term, and it has been passed by the Congress. So, it requires the detention of undocumented immigrants that is charged with theft related crimes. And the act is named after Laken Riley, a student killed by an undocumented immigrant. So this act has been named under some student who has been killed by some undocumented immigrant. And Trump's administration continues to push for stricter immigration policies, aiming to detain and deport all the illegal immigrants who are involved in the crimes. Some in Congress argue that law may violate due process and could also cost billions in the future. Moving ahead to my next news, that's about new tariffs on Russia to end Ukraine war. So Trump has threatened new tariffs on Russia to end the Ukraine war. President Trump has warned Russian President Vladimir Putin to negotiate peace in the Ukraine war. Or if he's not going to negotiate peacefully, then he has to face heavy tariffs on Russian exports to the US and other countries. While Trump has expressed admiration for Russia in the past, he now stresses the importance of ending the war to prevent further loss of life. As what Trump has already mentioned, that when he will be the second term, he is definitely going to end the Russia and Ukraine war, and that's what he is doing right now. But this time, he is trying to put more tariffs on Russia if Russia isn't able to negotiate peacefully. Russia denies, but Russia is denying this thing, and he is also denying any secret talks with Trump and also rejecting claims of peaceful discussion. Despite this, Trump remains firm on using economic pressure to end the conflict. So, this shows that how much Trump is on his statement and how much Putin is also on his statement. But there are lots of details, there are lots of news that I would also like to let you guys know. But meanwhile, Nipasa is going to take over it. So, Nipasa, please go ahead and share some more very important news for our viewers.
Absolutely, Sam. Thank you so much for those updates. And yes, I also got a few updates. And this first one I have is, India is going to take back illegal immigrants. And that is what is clarified very much by India's External Affairs Minister. And of course, spokesperson of India's External Affairs Ministry, Randhir Jaiswal, and he reaffirmed that the country's commitment to, tackling illegal immigration is by, getting them back. And he assured that Indian citizens who are overstaying abroad without proper documentation would be taken back if they prove their nationality. So amid the US crackdown on illegal immigration under President Donald Trump and his new executive order, Jaiswal emphasized that illegal immigration and trade are separate issues, and ensuring that bilateral trade ties remain unaffected. And in another statement, Jaiswal also condemned pro Khalistani protests disrupting the screening of the movie Emergency in the United Kingdom. And he urged the UK government to address such incidents of violent intimidation, stressing that freedom of speech cannot be selectively applied. And apart from that, we have about especially what we're going to discuss on today's topic as well. So this is a news update also where judge blocks Trump's birthright citizenship order and calls it unconstitutional. So, in a significant legal setback, for Donald Trump, a federal judge in Seattle temporarily blocked his executive order ending birthright citizenship for children of non-citizen parents. And Judge John Kogner also called the order, blatantly unconstitutional, citing that the 14th Amendment's citizenship clause and the decision halts enforcement for 14 days while further hearings are scheduled. So Trump vowed to appeal while critics argued the order violates constitutional protections established over a century ago. And, the ruling marks the first challenge to Trump's hardline immigration policies in his second term. So we will see what's going to happen and discuss even further on this. And another news update I have is about ICE. ICE nationwide immigration crackdown leads to nearly 500 arrests, including in Illinois. So, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) arrested nearly 500 individuals, including over 460 with criminal histories, in a nationwide immigration sweep targeting public safety threats. So the operation spanned states like Illinois, California, and Florida, with Illinois Governor J.P. Pritzker voicing concerns over federal communication and vowing to fight sweeping immigration actions. And Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson reaffirmed the city's commitment as a sanctuary city, launching a public campaign to inform residents of their rights amid growing tensions. So these were a few updates from my end, and I think yes, Sam also had a few. So I hope that folks, apart from these, we still have so much more. So I hope you are connected to us and watch out our space because we have so many new updates. It's just impossible to cover them in a short while. So keep watching our space.
Absolutely. And if we talk about today's topic, then I think today, friends, we have again a very interesting topic, a very timely topic, and this is a very latest news. And that's about the battle over birthright citizenship. What's next after Judge blocks Trump executive order? So I think before talking about like what judge has said and what is the decision made by judge, we should also talk about like from the beginning so that our viewers can get to know actually what the scenario is happening. So earlier, I think Napasa, if we talk about the U.S. citizenship, then it was very easy to get because it was actually constitutional that any baby, who is getting born in the U.S. soil, doesn't matter their parents' status, whether they are illegal, legal, or which visa they had. If there's a baby that has been born in the U.S. soil, that baby automatically becomes a U.S. citizen. But time to time, everything gets changed, and even now I think this is a major change that we are going to see in 2025, and that is about Trump's new executive order. So as Trump sworn in as the 47th president, of the United States, he firstly tried to end the birthright citizenship, and this is one of the major, I would say, a major act, that has been mentioned in the Constitution in the 14th Amendment. And now we are seeing a major change in this constitution that it is not possible anyone, any baby who is born in the US will be getting a US citizenship if their parents are illegal, or if the parents they have is on the temporary visa. So there are two major conditions, and if the parents, they are illegal, or if the parents they have temporary visa, the child won't be getting the US citizenship. So I think Napasa, we should go one by one. So what's your call on this, Napasa? I mean, do you think it's fine, it's fair, or what's your call on that?
It's more like it's too abrupt. I mean,
Mhm.
just of course, like we knew before even Trump came into becoming the 47th president, he was already saying that he will put a stop to birthright citizenship. But also, looking at the fact of, if this amendment wouldn't have existed, this wouldn't be done in the first place, right? There would be no right to do. But since it already existed and nobody thought that it would ever um, you know, bring the scenario ever. So
Mhm.
that is why we cannot say that anybody is actually at fault or. I mean, how can Trump just abruptly bring this up, right?
Mhm.
I mean, birthright citizenship, like you've mentioned already, anybody born in American soil is automatically an American.
Yeah.
So, and this has been a law for over a century now. So, yes,
But you know
and
what, Napasa, there are very less countries who have this birthright citizenship. There are other countries also who have some different citizenship, maybe the naturalization, or maybe getting married, or maybe some other citizenships, right? But
Yes.
US is majorly the one who has this in its constitution, that the people will get the citizenship through birthright. So most of the developed countries, they have gone against this constitution, and they changed it, or either they didn't apply to their nation. But
Yes.
US has been into this because US needs immigrants, and at that time US was major in need for the immigrants, for the people at that time. So I think that's what, if we look into the history, so there was a reason behind putting this amendment into the constitution. But if we
Mhm.
look into the current scenario, so we have been seeing, lots of misuse, lots of mishappening going around regarding the immigration system. So I think that's what Trump has decided to put it up and to have some changes, so that at least he can make the immigration system better. What do you think, that will this ending the birthright citizenship is going to make the immigration system a better or even worse?
Well, I wouldn't comment on that so quickly, but I can totally understand what Trump's point of view is and why he had decided this, as you mentioned already, Sam. And also, taking into note that America is a land of immigrants, right? There are so many immigrants, and it's not just now, it's been like that for centuries now. People go there to because it's one nation who has always been welcoming immigrants, and also they focus more on the economy, on money, and they want to be super rich and super powerful as it comes to military as well. So absolutely, with all of that taken to note, and birthright citizenship is another content altogether.
Yeah.
And of course, maybe there has been abuse of this as well, where you see a lot of people, maybe, um, I don't know what kind of people are. I mean, I'll just say immigrants rather. There are immigrants coming in, legal or illegal, right? And
Yeah.
they have been giving birth, and their children have become Americans,
Yeah.
for so long now. And
Mhm.
what's happening now is, I think there has been too much of it. It's been way too abused, and these children are also being able to sponsor their parents, right?
Mhm.
So I'm sure, like, there are so many things, countering this. So I mean, what to say, right or wrong, I don't know, but it's definitely going to bring a lot of change, because if it is going to affect the people who are already there, and they
Mhm.
have gained the citizenship because they were born in America, then yes, it's going to affect them very, very much. But if it's only going to affect from now on further, like, if immigrants coming in now, like after this point, after this ban of birthright citizenship is taken to action, right? And
Yeah.
after that, if this is going to take place, then maybe there could be chances that it'll not be so chaotic, at least, because now, if this is really implemented, the people living in America already, who have gotten their citizenship through birth, they are going to be in a lot of trouble. They are feeling confused, and in a state of panic as well, as in what to do, what's going to happen to their future, or what's going to
Mhm.
happen to their lives, which they only know that is in America.
Yeah.
How to go back to where, because that's where they really belong.
Absolutely. And that's what even 150,000 babies are born in US each year. And
Yes.
they have been getting those US citizenship, but now it's like, uh, what about their parents? If their parents are not legal, or maybe their parents are not on a permanent visas, green card, they don't hold the green card, then their children won't be getting that US citizenship. Or maybe they become stateless, there won't be any country that belongs to them. So there are a lot of things, that people are concerned about, especially it's about the citizenship. It's a major issue. It's a major thing. So there's a lot to discuss, and but also further, I would also like to specify those mentioned visas, that are in danger under this ending the birthright citizenship. so that our viewers can get a better clarity regarding it, that which visa category should be cautious about it. So, friends, here's a list of those common temporary visas for non immigrant to the US. So if there's a B1, B2 visa, those are the visitors for business or tourism. Then also the F1 visa, the student visa. Then M1 visa, the vocational student visa. J1 visa, exchange visitor visa. Then most importantly, the H1B visa. Then H2A, H2B visa as well. The L1 and the O1. Moving ahead, there are also visas like P1, R1, E2, E1, TN, K1, K2, and Q1. So, these are all the temporary work visas that we have been knowing. And these all visa categories are not eligible right now to have the US citizenship. So I would say it's quite, I don't know whether it's fair or not, but it's quite unfortunate for these temporary work visas, because they have been dreaming from a very long time, right? And they have been contributing a lot, not only their time, their money, their, I would say, efforts. They have been providing a lots of efforts just to get that citizenship, just to get that green card, and now it's so sad that they may not have. So it's a very unfortunate situation for them as well. And but still, the best part is, the best, I would say, a happy news for you all, that now it's been on hold. The executive order that has been set by Trump is not actually implemented yet, and it's not actually moving ahead, because judge has said that it's kind of some unconstitutional verdict, and it's not going to move ahead, and it's not going to be implemented. So, Napasa, please go ahead and share about this very new update that our topic is actually based on.
Yes, I mean, what you just said, I mean, when you talk about it, then US District Judge John Covenor, a Reagan appointee, he labeled Trump's order as blatantly unconstitutional. And in his ruling, the judge stated that the executive order directly violated the clear language and intent of the 14th Amendment. And that is what is the reason why he has held it. And we will have to wait up until the next hearing, which is after about 2 weeks. So yes, he expressed, incredulity over the Justice Department's defense, asserting that the legal precedent on this matter is unambiguous.
Yeah.
So it's a very important point. And when you look at the 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship, what you had mentioned earlier, the US's Constitution's 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship to anyone born in US soil, so regardless of their parents' citizenship status. So the clause, which is a cornerstone of American legal history, was adopted in 1868 to overturn the Dred Scott decision, which denied constitutional rights to enslaved individuals. And the recent executive order contradicts this long-standing constitutional provision. So it has definitely, sparked widespread legal and public debate, outcry, panic, whatever you may say. But yes, everybody out there is,
Mhm.
like I said earlier, they're kind of worried as in what is going to happen.
True.
So
Absolutely. And I would also like to add on Pasa's point that it's very clear and it's very evident that federal judge has temporarily stopped President Donald Trump's plan to end the birthright citizenship. And they did it because they find it not constitutional. They find it that it's not going to be benefiting the nation. In fact, it's going to disrupt the nation. And also, a federal judge, John C. Coffenor, also agreed with the states. And as states, the different states, there are four major states: Washington, Arizona, Illinois, and Oregon. And they are completely against this decision of Trump's administration. And they also filed a lawsuit against the Trump's administration, saying that this plan is against the 14th Amendment. So they are not going to follow what Trump has mentioned. And that's what judge is saying, that they are also putting a temporary restraining order. That means that the executive order cannot be enforced right now and is blocked for 14 days. So there, I mean, there's a discussion going on, or there's a more contemplation going on regarding this executive order, that what Trump has said. And also, judge has said that this is a bluntly unconstitutional order. And so yeah, I think this was something that what judge has said, and we all are getting to know that according to Supreme Court also, it's not constitutional, because everything is in the hands of Supreme Court. And we all were waiting after Trump, when he declared his executive order, we all were waiting like what the judges would have said about it, and judges had completely said that it's unconstitutional. So Napasa,
Yeah.
do you think, like, when judges, if they have mentioned it as unconstitutional, do you think they are going to support this, or is it completely evident that yes, it's a no from their side?
Well, we will have to see, since it's become a court issue now. Trump will have to reason more and maybe give more reasons why he would really want this change and make an amendment to the 14th Amendment. So we will have to wait and watch. I mean, 14 days is when they will try to develop the case, try to develop more reasons as in why this should be implemented. But, I'm not here to make anybody worry. I would like to say that, during this period, 14 days halt, right? The administration is prohibited from denying citizenship to children born in the US to non citizen parents. So, in the next 14 days, whoever has delivery dates, please do not worry. I mean, go ahead. Like, there's nothing to worry about. It is still not yet implemented. And no, nobody in the administration is going to be able to do it, because they're all going to be prohibited from denying citizenship to these children. So, yes, I mean, every day children are born. So, in the next 14 days, there'll be so many more, right, Sam? So, yeah.
Absolutely. That's what.
And I would also like to say the impacts, the potential impacts of the executive order. So, if implemented, what's going to happen? The executive order would prevent children born to non citizen parents from obtaining US citizenship, social security numbers, and various government benefits. So, these children would also face barriers to lawful employment and even risk of deportation. So, the Democratic led states opposing the policy estimate that over 150,000 newborns annually would be denied citizenship. So you can only imagine how it's going to have an impact. And yes, it's really nice to have all you folks out there join us wherever you're watching us. I mean, on Twitter, we can see, and on YouTube as well, folks out there. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook, on LinkedIn as well. And please feel free to join us. You can comment wherever you're watching and whichever country you've joined us from. And you can even call us. We have this phone number where you can join this discussion. And the phone number is 425-436-6335. And the access code, once you want to get in, for you to get in the conversation, is 988-888. And once you dial that, you just speak, say hello, we will be able to hear you. So join us, friends. It'll be very nice if you can. All right. So getting back to our discussion, on this very, very important topic, the battle over birthright citizenship. And it's what do you think, Sam? What else do you want to add? Of course, there has been so much opposition faced as well. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I
I mean,
think.
you already mentioned, yeah, you already mentioned about Washington, Arizona, Illinois, and Oregon also. They filed lawsuits challenging the policy, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And there are different states, it's not only about states. It's like, I would say this time what Trump is about, he is actually more about, very aggressive executive orders right now in his second term. But I don't know how much support he will get from the people, from the courts, from the administration. But there are lots of critics also there who are actually going against Trump's administration ideologies, and they are putting a lot of allegations on them, saying a lots of, I would say, negative things about him. because there are certain things that people are not very much in favor of Trump's administration, and there are certain things where people actually think that it's going to benefit it. So there are a lot of situations that is happening right now, and lots of critics are also there. But regarding this specifically, birthright citizenship, it's somehow, I don't know whether it's actually going to benefit the US people or it's not going to benefit the US people, but there are lots, and we can also expect, if the Supreme Court, if they are denying this, if they are not agreeing it, and if they are saying it's unconstitutional, and that's a major word, when you say it unconstitutional. So that's something we won't take it lightly, and that's something we shouldn't ignore it as well, because absolutely, when the court says it's like the guardian of the nation, who is it? The judiciary, right? And
Mhm.
all the laws, all the amendments are dependent upon the judiciary. And if judiciary is only not agreeing to it, then I don't know whether how Trump's administration is going to look upon. But you know what is surprising, Napasa, that we have been gone through the articles, and there it has also mentioned that. Trump administration's lawyers, argue that the order was legal, and they are
Yes.
actually keeping on giving it a trial, so that the higher court can accept the decision and they can move ahead with their new executive order. So it's like they are completely firm on their agendas. They are trying their best so that they can implement this act, and that's what their look after is, right? So that's what Trump's administration is all about, and they're putting lots of efforts to that. So yeah, I think I should mention that. That's what important about
Yes,
this.
very, very rightly put, because the Justice Department really argues that Trump's executive order is necessary. It's a measure which is very, very important right now, especially to address the perceived crisis at the southern border. They're saying, and fix the nation's broken immigration system. We have been hearing this, and it's true because the immigration system is a little broken and it needs a revision because there has been a lot of change. I mean, it's been over a century since these amendments were passed, right? And there has been a lot of changes ever since. The scenario has totally changed, and people have changed. There are more number of immigrants, not just immigrants, I mean, who are living lawfully, but also immigrants who are not living lawfully, right, in the nation. And yes, the southern border is a big gateway for illegal immigration. So, yes, however, when you talk about legal experts and civil rights advocates, they view the policy as an unconstitutional overreach of executive power as well. So, we don't know what's going to happen, but we still have 14 more days. And yes, whether they take it to the higher court or they are still going to reason better, and they're going to take take in more developments and try to explain it further why this is a necessary measure, to address all the crises that America is facing.
Right. And I think, Napasa, we should also take some comments that we have received from our viewers. So I can see a huge comments, over here. People are filled with lots of information. Kiran is here, then Sunita is also here. So hi, Kiran, and hi, Sunita. So good to have your comments here. You can also join us, by dialing this number. It would be great to have you all. All right. So Kiran is saying that a federal judge in Seattle has temporarily blocked an executive order by President Donald Trump that sought to curtail birthright citizenship in the US. The
Right.
ruling came on Thursday after US District Judge John Coffiner granted a temporary restraining order, halting enforcement of the policy for 14 days while the court considers a preliminary injunctions. So I think this is what we have been talking throughout the session, and thank you so much, Kiran, for putting up this in a very well framed sentences. And I think yeah, this is what our major topic is all about today, and we
Yes, and
have
it
been
never
and we have been discussing this. Also, Kiran says that Thursday's decision prevents the Trump administration from taking steps to implement the executive order for 14 days. In the meantime, the parties will submit further arguments about the merits of Trump's order. Coffenor scheduled a hearing on February 6th to decide whether to block it long term as the case proceeds. Okay, so I think on February 6th only we'll get the at least a final decision what's going to happen, and we should wait for these days, and we should look ahead like what's going to happen. But if it's in the hand of the judges of the Supreme Court, I think they are well enough, they are well smart enough to understand what constitution will be benefiting the US people. So we should have faith on them, we should have trust on them, and we should uh, be hopeful, that whatever decision would be made will be taken for the benefits of the US.
In fact, I want folks out there to actually comment. Do you think this ban should be implemented? Ban on birthright citizenship. Would you support it or are against it? It'll be really nice to know your view. And just comment whether you're with it or against it. Okay, wherever you're watching, it'll be really nice to know. I just want to see the count of how many are with it and how many are not. All right, continue, please, Sam.
Yeah, I think I took Kiran's question. So, Nipasa, why don't you go ahead and pick up Sunita's comment?
Sure. Sunita saying babies are being born today, tomorrow, every day, all across this country. And so we had to act now, Brown said. He added that it has been the law of the land for generations that you are an American citizen if you're born on American soil. Very rightly said, period. So nothing that the president can do will change that, he said. And very very true what you've mentioned. In fact, we just mentioned, I hope you were there when we spoke about this. And that's what I was saying, that this has been a law, it's been there in the constitution over a century now, and babies are born every day, and those who are born in American soil are Americans. And and these babies have become American citizens all this while so far. But once this ban is implemented, is it going to affect the ones who are already Americans so far, or or is it going to affect only immigrants who will come in and give birth here in America? We just need to know that first, so that we really hope that you it doesn't affect much, especially not too fast. And I hope that there will be a way out, especially for folks out there already residing in America.
Absolutely. And I think with that, folks out there, I would like to ask you the same question as what Napasa asked. Like, how many of you are in favor or not in favor? Please let us know. Meanwhile, I think we should take a break, a quick break, and we'll be coming back. So don't go anywhere, friends, because we'll be coming back just after a minute. So stay tuned and keep watching this session, and do like, share, and subscribe to us. And also comment the question that I asked. I'm sure I'll be getting more responses. Thank you so much, everyone, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again. And we are back after a short break. So, I'm sure you guys are watching us right now on Immigration and Jobs Talk Show channel. So, go ahead and dial this number. You can also join us on this call. And we are back again with another very exciting conversation that we are having till now. And we also got lots of comments from Dipti, from Sunita, from then also Kiran also. So thank you so much, friends, for commenting here. And we are really going through each and every comments, and we are having a very healthy conversation over it. So stay tuned, watch this session till the end, participate as much as possible, and I'm sure the session is going to be very helpful. So Nipasa, please go ahead, and I think we should take up Dipti's comment, right?
Sure. And Sunita has come back with her, say that definitely a big no. So she's not with the birthright citizenship. Thank you, Sunita. At least that's one no. So I think everybody else is saying yes. We don't know, but we would really like to know, folks, what do you say on ban on birthright citizenship? So please let us know whether you're with it or against it. And Dipti, yes, let me come back to Dipti's comments. Hi, Dipti. Thank you so much for joining us here on Daily Immigration Dose on Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. So, Dipti is saying there is no legitimate legal debate on this question, but the fact that Trump is dead wrong will not prevent him from inflicting serious harm right now on American families like my own. Well, yes, Dipti, thank you so much for letting us know. And Connecticut Attorney General William Tong said this week. Yes, and it's clear that individuals from India and other countries who are in the process of pursuing US citizenship would likely oppose this ban. Well, it is, because we all have the American dream, and whether we are working in America, when you talk about H-1B workers and their spouses who have been working and they have families out there, they have given birth to children, and their children are now American citizens. Think about, families like them as well. What's going to happen? And well, we do hope that this implementation will not affect the families who are already existing and living in America, for sure.
We hope so, but we don't know. Or
We
maybe the
don't.
rules can say that those babies, those who have been born from 2025, 1st January, they are into this executive order. So we can't say anything right now, but this is for sure, at least the babies, those who have been born under Biden administration, I don't think that they might be facing this problem or they will be into this charge. I think mostly it will be happen after in 2025, even if the rule applies to those babies. So
Yeah.
we are just predicting, and we are just assuming that this may happen, but we are not sure until and unless there's a final call from the court sides as well. So I
Yeah.
think, yeah, that's what Dipti has said, and we have been taking a lots of comments. And friends, go ahead. I can see lots of
Yeah.
viewers, so please mention everything that you want to go ahead. Yeah, please, Nipasa.
No, no, yes, of course. Folks out there, keep commenting, keep participating, call us, and we're here. It'll be really nice if you can join us. What I was going to say is, the public and judicial reaction also. So, of course,
Yeah.
it's been overwhelmingly critical as well. And Washington Attorney General Nick Brown, he even stated that you are an American citizen if you were born on American soil, period. And this sentiment echoes the broader consensus that Trump's order is a direct assault on constitutional principles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, it is really facing a lot of critical comments, what Trump has just passed, in this executive order. And um, the legislative support as well. I want to mention this, for the executive order, that in tandem with the executive order, 36 Republican allies in the US House of Representatives introduced legislation seeking to restrict birthright citizenship to children born to American citizens or lawful permanent residents. And this legislative push further highlights the ideological divide on immigration policy. So, people are really trying to reason why Trump has said that, what is going to happen. But, it's seriously way too early to say what is going to happen. But from how to say determined Trump is about this, because he really wants to secure the borders and even talk about the emergency that in the southern border, what's going to happen. He really wants to tighten the borders for sure, tighten the immigration process, make it stricter, and not too easy for people to just come in and become American citizens just like that.
And
So
even on the other hand, we can also see the charges, that have been put up in the sanctuary cities, and that's what the major, uh, I would say, error from Trump's administration side, because Trump is now very much, firm about his decision now. Because in his first term, also, we have seen that he was actually trying to, put an end on the birthright citizenship. But during his first term, there were lots of criticism, and there were lots of questions, so that he cannot put another step onto this process, and that's what made him cancel that plan. But in his second term, there are some people who are actually supporting him, and there are some people, who are in favor of ending the birthright citizenship.
yes.
So I think it's not only about that Trump who is in favor, because most of the people are putting everything on Trump. So it's not just him, because everything goes on in a very, very systematic way. So there
Yes.
has to be two-third votes from the Congress side, and then the courts has to provide agreement to it. So there are lots of chain, that how a law becomes. So there's a lot of discussion that will happen. There will lots of different ideas. Every reason will be provided to it, like what can be the reason behind putting an end, what benefits will be given to the US citizens, what benefits will be given to the immigrants, or is there
Mhm.
any benefit or is there not. So I think we can just say wait and watch for some times, and it's not the things, that we are just getting suddenly. These are the things that what Trump has said during his first term. It's just that those plans didn't get implemented or didn't get that support. But this time
Mhm.
it is getting. So that's why, people are becoming very concerned, people are becoming very restless, because
Yes.
they were expecting, because these things can get implemented. And
You know, yes, and I actually want to say, because people out there are very confused as in what is going to happen. So, there are some legal options for families facing deportation as well. For families who are affected by this executive order, seeking legal counsel is essential. Immigration attorneys are who you should go to, and they will be able to best assist you, for challenges of deportation orders, or even citizenship applications, or even visa adjustments. So I think it would be best if you can consult an attorney as in what to do, and be prepared. I know 14 days is not way too far, but if you have your attorney, go speak with them, and they will be able to help you best and give you that consoling word. And apart from that, nonprofit organizations and advocacy groups also can provide support and resources to navigate the legal system. So I would say, just don't fear too much, but prepare yourself. Take this time to prepare yourself mentally and also with documents. Just prepare yourself. Get ready for anything that would come.
that's so true. And I think suggesting attorney's name, yesterday
Yeah.
I had a show with attorney Uma Mantravadi, and friends. Yesterday also we talked about the same topic about end of birthright citizenship. So please
Mhm.
go ahead, and you can also watch that session. That has been very insightful, and I'm sure most of our viewers will be really filled with lots of information, lots of guidance that
Yes.
you guys are seeking right now. And that's what she advised a lot. She also advised a major thing, that what immigrants can do now. So
Mhm.
that's a very major advice, and that's a very important advice. So I would just say that go ahead and look for that session. That will be very helpful. And yeah, I think meanwhile, we have already given our advices. Also, we have talked upon our pointers that we want to cover in today's session. And with that, I think I should also talk about like what's going to happen next if
Mhm.
everything goes on, or if doesn't goes on. I also want to talk about like what happens next. So yeah, I think President Donald Trump and his team has said that they are going to appeal the decision, which means that they are going to fight it in a higher court. So in some case, if this executive order doesn't take place, then I think Trump and his team is going to appeal this decision and is going to fight in the higher court, and they believe that their order is lawful and will continue to defend it. And meanwhile, other lawsuits have also been filed across the country to stop Trump's plan. And there are 22 other states and groups also who are representing mothers who are worried about their children's future. So there are certain groups of people, there are certain states, who have gone against these executive orders, and especially the mothers, because it's very important that, their children won't be getting the US citizenship, and that's very heartbreaking. And in fact, as we already mentioned, that there are 150,000 children who are born each year in the US. So if they won't be getting the US citizenship, then they will become stateless. They won't be having any country. Then it will be a very important, I would say it will be a very major challenge, for them, because they could lose their automatic right to citizenship, and also the states might have to make big changes to their system, so that they can help families and also different sectors like healthcare and education program. So I think whole system is going to change, because everywhere it's immigrants, everywhere it doesn't matter which immigrant, temporary work visa, H1B, TN, F1, L1, there are immigrants filled in the US. And it's not possible, to kick out every one of them and to just say that you're not anymore a US citizen. So that's going to be a lot of chaotic situation if that happens. So I don't think that the people who are already having the US citizenship is going to affect them. Maybe from now on, the people who are coming into any different visa, it may be a little problematic for them. It may be a little challenging for them. What do you think, Napasa? Am I making sense, or would you like to add on it?
It will be. In fact, you know what? We spoke with Justin from Boston Immigration Litigation, Attorney Justin Rivera. You know, we had a chat. I think it was a few days back. But he had said that imagine, you know, having pregnancy tests to be one of the tests that you have to go through when you come into America, because why you will not be allowed to give birth in America until and unless like it's a medical emergency or something. So
That's
maybe that is going to come up also. So maybe people pregnant will not be allowed to come in to give birth to their children
maybe.
in America. I think that's what we're going to see very soon.
But there
And
are certain,
yeah.
that there can be other situation. What if their parents or the mother, they have their siblings or they have their relatives, or maybe she has her husband in US and she has to go, but she's maybe in temporary visa. So there are a lot of things, lots of situations that we are having in our mind, and we are not sure that how would those situations will take place, and how the administration is going to help to those mothers who may be having these problems. What my baby is going to have, which citizenship my baby is going to have, or which place should be there so that they can give birth. So there are lots of things, lots of concerns that they are having right now.
Right. I mean, that's what is happening. And we really have to wait and watch. And let me tell you, folks, that stay updated. And also don't forget to subscribe to us because we are going to keep you updated on this, as the story unfolds, as this case unfolds. And as you look at what's going to happen, um, I mean, even this is going to affect the future of US immigration, right? And the balance between executive power, constitutional rights. And then
True.
if you look ahead, what's going to happen? I mean, the temporary restraining order is just one of the first steps that's going to be taken, what promises to be a prolonged legal battle. So the outcome is, going to be very far affecting, far reaching. It's going to leave ripple effects and not just for one individual, but for the whole of immigration policy, the constitutional law, and even the lives of countless families who are already living out there in the United States, not just for 1 year or 2 years, but for over a decade or more. So it's too early to say what's going to happen, but we really hope and pray that it's not going to affect too much. Otherwise, imagine what is going to happen. Imagine that you're living your life like this for the past 10 years or past 5 years, and you're suddenly told that you cannot live here, just go away. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? How are you going to start again? There's so many things, and I think that is what is happening right now in the minds of so many families out there. And it's yes brings me to one of our viewers who has commented, Raghav. Hi Raghav, thank you so much for joining us. And yes, he says the US is among about 30 countries where birthright citizenship, the principle of just soil or right of the soil is applied. Yes, most are in Americas and Canada's, and sorry, Americas and Canada and Mexico are among them. Okay. Thank you so much, Raga, for that, for letting us know that. And yes, very much, very rightly said. The birthright citizenship, if you're born in American soil, you are an American. And well,
I
this
think
might change.
that
Just the Gulf of Mexico was changed to Gulf of
America.
America. We've always known Gulf of Mexico as Gulf of Mexico, but see how it changed. So, there are more changes coming up. So I will only say, just be ready for anything that could be thrown at you. So, yeah, all the best. And let's stay strong. Let's stay alert, stay vigilant, stay updated. Do your research properly. And I think best just consult an attorney if you
Mhm.
are in a situation where you really need answers right now, and you really need to prepare yourself for the changes that are coming up in the future, which is going to affect you or your family. Consult an attorney. And we also keep having webinars with so many attorneys in our channel, so why not comment whatever questions you have, and maybe we could direct them to our attorneys. And you can also contact them. Check us out, check out our space, check out our channel, because you will be able to see so many webinars, and in each webinar we give out their contact details as well, phone numbers, email addresses, websites, and you will be able to contact them. So I think we should wrap up now, leaving it at that, because we can't really end. We don't know what is going to be the conclusion. All I can say is just be prepared, friends. And thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. Just don't forget to comment and let us know if you support the ban of birthright citizenship or do not support it at all. Let us know, and we'll be very happy to know. But yes, Sam and I are saying thank you so much for joining us today. It was a great session. And yes, subscribe to us. We are on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Connect with us. And Daily Immigration Dose comes Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So I and Sam will see you again on Monday with another amazing session on Daily Immigration Dose. And until then, of course, friends out there, thank you so much for joining. Have a great day, happy weekend, and see you soon.
Bye bye, everyone.